And another transfer that kind of, I looked at and it was a little bit of an eyebrow raiser. Daniel Sturridge going to West Bromwich Albion on loan from Liverpool.
Yeah, I don't get it. What?
And especially after,
no disrespect
your
to
club
West
came
Brom.
in from as well.
A little bit
your
of
former
disrespect
club.
to West Brom.
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit of a Villa fan.
Coming from the Villa end. Coming from the Villa end. Is that right, Ash?
I don't get that. I would question why Daniel Sturridge has done that. I would question him and say, why? Seriously, why have you done that?
But is it because he's a Birmingham boy and his family's based that way? Do you reckon that's what swayed it?
Are you saying he's a West Brom fan?
No.
It might be that. It might be he's not taking his football seriously. So
the only reason I could have said he was going to do that, right? He either loves the manager or he's a West Brom fan. No, I don't think either of them really.
No.
I think if you're going to play for a club, you've got a choice of those two clubs. I know he might be near his home, but surely that's just he's just took the easy way out
He
there.
might be using it as a stepping stone to another big club. Hopefully,
Yeah, he's got 4 months. He's got a World Cup. Does he want to be in a World Cup squad?
Yeah.
Because he could get in.
Yeah.
Even at this late stage that he hasn't played for all season.
Yeah.
If he goes to Newcastle and keeps them up and scores 8, 9, 10 goals, he'll be in the World Cup squad. Because we've only got Vardy and Kane who I think are guaranteed.
Yeah.
After that, you're scratching around, so he could get in. And I think he's just took the easy option. Well, it's around the corner. I'll be around by my mates. And
Going back home.
I'll go back home, and it's easy for me. But if he'd have gone to Newcastle, they would have loved him because they're desperate for somebody.
Yeah.
They're absolutely
They would have
desperate.
loved him up
Anybody that come in, so if he'd have come in, they would have.
And he'd done well up there, I reckon, as well.
Because if he could have stayed
scored.
fit.
Yeah.
Tell you what, actually, if he stays fit, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
He has
that's
to
he's
keep
phenomenal.
fit.
Yeah.
He is, man.
But then he's got a great opportunity there to play week in, week out, stay fit, and you got the goal at the end of it. It's a World Cup because you don't get many to try and play it.
Yeah.
And I think he realised that when he's a bit older and
maybe
he's
he
near
already does.
retirement.
Wasn't Mahrez? Isn't he going to go to Man City? I heard that.
He slapped one in it today. He slapped a transfer request.
Yeah, I think Mahrez is one that's been bubbling
Do you
for a
think
little
he's
while.
been tapped up?
Oh, mate, I think he's been. I think allegedly, but listen, I think
Someone's
he's been.
told him to slap that in.
Oh,
on
mate, I think
deadline day.
Yeah.
He's been. I wish it was. He's been tapped up for the last maybe year or so.
You know what I would do if I had the money that obviously the Leicester owners have got?
Yeah.
No, you're not going.
Yeah.
You're not going for 56 million. I mean, it's worth more than enough to keep. We're going to stay up, but I'm going to stick you in the fucking reserves. And every time you don't turn up, I'm going to fine you.
But on the business situation,
But they could sell him at the end of the season for 60 million.
so they'll still get their money for
Of
it
course
now.
they will.
So you just play hardball with
Yeah,
it.
I would. Yeah, without that, stick in a transfer request on the last day.
Yeah.
Why don't you stick it in on the 1st of January?
Obviously, nothing was happening. He's caught wind or something.
I think someone's going. You stick one in, and we'll come in. They'll let you go. I would if I had the money that the Leicester owners have got,
And they've got a lot of that.
you ain't going.
Yeah.
You can sit here.
But when it rumoured last year, when there was transfer talks about him, I think he was coming linked with Arsenal and a few other clubs as well abroad and in Europe. Wasn't it a case that, maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of remember him saying, okay, let me have one more season here or something like along them words. And, if another club...
We don't know the ins and outs of actually
Sure.
what's been said to him. He'll say, well, they promised me I could do this, and they said, well, no, we didn't actually promise that. So we don't know what the ins and outs are. But all I'm saying is, for you to slap a transfer request on the last day of the transfer window, that stinks to me.
It does stink.
And I would play hardball with
It's
him.
the right decision though for him, isn't it? I think, isn't it, to get out and do?
Yeah, but does your hardball, is it
Career.
being the right decision, Ash?
Yeah.
Is that meaning you keep
career.
him at if you're Leicester, you hold on to him for top dollar?
Yeah,
So
I think he's worth more than that. I think he's worth more than.
I think he's a top
60
player.
million.
I think he's an absolute top player. I think he's, and I'll probably get a lot of stick for this, but I think he's on the same level as Ozil on his day. He makes things happen. He's got that ability to.
He's better than Ozil on
he's
his
better.
day.
I think he's better.
and
He's
You see him,
he's
see him in
younger,
more
isn't he?
games.
You see him showing up a lot
You
more.
see him score
Yeah.
more goals, and
Yeah.
I do. But I just think the way whoever advised him to do that, I think has got it wrong.
Yeah.
But then if he gets his move, then I'm proved wrong.
If he's amongst top players, he'll be even better, won't he?
So do you think he will fit in at the? I thought he would have been fantastic if had Arsenal lost Ozil. I think he would have been a perfect replacement.
Yeah, it'd be. Listen, he's a top player. And he'll play in any of the top teams, without a doubt. But he signed a new contract in the summer.
Yeah, big contract as well.
Big contract, for Leicester. So he's, they're the ones that found him. They're the ones that played him.
Yeah.
Again, but we don't know what's been said and whether he's been promised something and he thinks he hasn't got that.
Yeah.
But I just think slap one in the last day is
Yeah.
slap it on the first day.
Yeah. And I think, from the business perspective, I don't think there was anything going around with that note and that concrete to say, look, go and see the chairman, and put something in.
Leicester are in a good position. I think they're not going down.
No, they're a solid team now.
They're solid. So they can afford to just say, go and sit there.
And the thing is, they let one of their wingers go as well. I mean, Musa go back to CSK Moscow as well. So that's another thing they got to think about. They just let one out the building. Yeah. And, if they lose another one, I can't see that happening.
Wouldn't you just play him? Just keep playing him?
No, I wouldn't play him.
Why would you just?
No, let's just say that he would just stick him on the bench.
Why would you just say keep playing?
Because I think what you've done there is totally outrageous. Trying to force a move to go to Man City. You're trying to force a move. You've signed your big contract. Now you want to move.
Yeah.
No, you can sit there.
Yeah.
You sit there and I'll sell you what I want to sell you.
But on the flip side of that, Ledge, if you remember, there was a player by the name of Winston Bogard.
Yeah,
he played at Chelsea. He signed for Chelsea back a little while ago, but he was on big money, and Chelsea wanted to get rid of him. So it was almost like a flip situation, and he's like, "Well, no, I'm not going. I'm going to sit on this." Yeah. So, how is the same sort of stance, right? The player took it as
they're all mercenary, aren't they? Clubs and players. So
yeah, but that's the club. The club have given him that big contract. Yeah, they've given him almost a big contract. It's up to they've signed it. They've signed. Well, I'm going to stay with this club.
So both parties are happy.
Both parties are happy.
But that means
you're
they
happy
can
when you sign it. So if you're not happy when you get a contract, don't sign it.
But they can make big money now because of that contract. A lot more than 60 million, can't they?
Of course they can.
Yeah, because the club used that to protect. Yeah, so that's the club's
in a way,
protection.
As I said before, you know what they should do, and I think they should bring it in. They should when a player signs a contract, you have a clause in it that tells you the value of that player. Yeah. Then nobody could come in and say, "Well, I'll tell you what, he's worth 20. We'll give you 40." Everybody knows.
But they do. They're big in Spain for that. They're big in Spain for that, and this is what happened with Neymar.
But it should be every in a contract. It should be along with your wages and whatever you go. There you go. There's a value.
This is your value
between the club, the agent, and the player.
That changes, doesn't it, over time? You value.
But then you change his contract.
No, but then what you do then? For example,
if you want that value to go up,
yeah,
you give him a new contract. So if you say he signs as a kid and you value him at 10 million, and he does really, really well, and he's got 2 years left on his contract, and someone's sniffing around him, well, you've got to go to him and say, I tell you what, we want you up to 50 million now, so we've got to give you a contract to match.
Yeah.
So, but everybody knows what that price is now. There is no bidding war.
Yeah.
Because if you want him, and we don't want to get rid of him, then that's how much it is.
But what if they all come with the same?
Well, then he's got the choice of who he wants to go to.
Yeah.
And let's find out if he supports Arsenal or Liverpool or Chelsea.
But I think that's why in Barcelona, and particularly in Real Madrid, you always hear about the players' release clauses in their contract. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. You always hear about it.
They should be made public.
It should be made public. When Neymar went to Paris.
What are you hiding?
Arsenal.
If you've got Messi and you stick a 500 million, no one's going to buy him.
There was a triggering. So
you leave me alone.
They have a triggering clause, don't they, where it triggers wasn't there one a few years ago where they had to offer a certain amount and it was in the player's contract. It triggers.
That's exactly what it is.
So if he plays X amount of games, he triggers an incentive, which maybe his wages will go up.
That will make it so much more transparent of what players would be worth.
I think that's a great idea. And, for me personally, I think whenever I'm in that situation with a club or a chief exec, I like to try and put that into a contract because that way it keeps everything very clear.
It shouldn't be like it. It should be the PFA and the FA should say, you know what, that has to go.
But you'll be amazed, clubs don't want to work in that way. For what reason, I don't know.
If they bring it in, like VAR, they bring it in, the clubs can't stop it.
Yeah.
So they say, we're bringing this in, you have to have this in your contract.
Because what they feel is that,
you have to have in your contract.
So, for example, if I go, okay, Ash is going to be, his bike class is 50 million.
Yeah.
But the chairman will turn around and say, well, if he's played like 50, 60 games for us and he's now an international superstar and his value is no longer 50 million, we're done out of pocket. That's how they look at it.
Then you think he's worth 100 million.
Then you put that in the contract.
You give him,
at the beginning.
You give him a new contract. He signs a new contract, goes from £100,000 a week to £300,000 a week.
But this is your new get out clause.
This is your new get out clause.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's black. It's black and white. It's.
But you know what? In Europe they do that a lot, but over in the Premier League,
it's all right doing it a lot.
It's got to be mandatory.
The transfers are so. There is no sort of like values on players. It's not like a house where you value a house at £100,000 and everyone knows roughly what the house is. If you want to gazump someone, you can gazump by a little bit, but you know roughly what the house is worth. Yeah. Players is not.
No,
there could be a player worth £1 million.
And next week he's worth 100 million.
Some Russian billionaire says, "I'll tell you what, I'll give you 50 million for him."
Yeah,
it stops all that.
Yeah,
everyone knows what the price is.
Yeah.
So no one can be priced out. Everton can't be priced. So Everton can go for the same player that Man U are going to, or Man City are going for. If he's an Everton fan or he likes the manager and they're offering him a good deal, he can go there.
And it would level out the clubs as well, wouldn't it? It would level it.
Of course, it would.
Well.
Everyone knows.
Everybody knows what you're getting into, and I think that would save a lot of players sticking in transfer requests. Because guess what? If a club's interested, what they say to the agent, what's his buyout clause? 50 million, 60 million, 100 million.
And when that player signs that contract, you're happy with that contract.
Yeah, and the only way you're going to get
anybody else gets, you're happy when you sign that.
And the only way you get out of that contract if the interested party delivers on that cash.
Yeah, or the club says, yeah, you ain't done well for us. We don't. And somebody says, I'll tell you what, he's better get out clause is 20 million. We'll give you 10. And if the club says, yeah, that's okay, that's no problem.
Yeah,
but they know if he's doing that, that's what his buyout clause is, and then there's no argument with it.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my rant anyway.
Nice, I like that rant.
Good rant, yeah.
That's what you're
got a passion.
I haven't seen you this passionate in ages, Les.
Yeah, see, Ricky's...
Is it because lack of sleep?
Yeah, it was lack of sleep. Yeah. Luton and Dunstable Hospital. That's what he does to me.
That's what it does to you. Yeah.